The Daily Courier, July 10, 2013, page 6A. The park host at Schroeder Park complained on Tuesday that city police had dropped off a drunken man, at the man's request, at the park, but that the man could hardly walk, was stumbling into traffic, and that his shorts kept falling down. He was asked to leave the park.
Oh, I looked at this in the paper that you told me about. How many incidents like this have you had?
I would not be able to count how many. It's not common. The neighbors are willing to.
I think I've been in contact with Doreen about, if you're talking about the city police dropping people off in Schroeder Park.
I've had 2 sets of park hosts quit already because they've just not been able to handle that. Their law
2 sets of
enforcement
park
issue.
hosts quit because of that.
And it was the 3rd park host.
This is the 3rd one.
Yes.
Is this generally at one park or?
Yes.
Okay, just, and then Schroeder Park is the
That I'm
park.
aware of. I don't know if they're taking White Horse or not, but I've not heard that. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think because that's already out
Well, you had
further.
the sheriff transport up there.
I don't think so.
What surprised me was my
We have them dropping them off in jail too.
Yeah.
That's an issue that we have, if I can interject again.
Yeah, come on up.
When the city encounters one of these individuals, they're at the scene, and the victims at the scene, they need the ability to transport this person somewhere, even if they just cite them and release them, rather than just citing the citation, leave them there with the victim. And what they've done is they've come to the jail and dropped him off at the jail, which has caused us problems. They've tried to damage our building and so forth. And for a while, I called the chief and he said, we got a liability issue here. We'd rather you not drop him off on our piece of property because of liability associated with if something happens to them.
We should be City Hall.
Well, no, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm not. In fact, it got to such a point where it was causing such a problem. I said, okay, you drop them off. If it causes any problems, I'm going to call you back. The jail's going to call you back, and we then expect you to respond back, pick that person up, place them under arrest, and then we'll incarcerate them. So we're trying to work with the city so that they can perform their function by not leaving the victim and the assailant, at the same location. And we've had a pretty good agreement with them. I know that they've been dropping them off at different locations, and I can certainly understand why they do that, but that too causes problems.
I did call the chief when it started happening after the levee failed at Schroeder Park, and had a couple neighbors call as well as our host saying, what am I supposed to do when the city patrolman drops somebody off, directs them to stay in the park, don't leave, there's no law enforcement here, don't come back to the city. Well, we are not a law enforcement agency, that really, so we're getting drunk, homeless, every day we've been tearing down homeless camps, if you want to know the truth, for the past couple months. And so I called him early on. He says that he never got my message. He did not return my call, and I responded that these things do happen, but it did seem to stop for a little while. And then it just picked right back up. Anyway, long story short, he did have his Lieutenant Ward called yesterday, and I was concerned by his response when first he said they didn't know anything about this, and it's not common practice. However, they would continue to do it if the offender requested permission. That they would not suggest it, but that it, and I thought, well, not for a tax office anymore, for a taxi service, but for criminals only. I don't know. It's a very big problem for us. It's very real. It's putting my park hosts at risk, my rangers at risk.
Well, I'm disappointed that I'm not aware of it. I mean, if it's been going on for a while, this is an issue. The board should be aware of this. We should be interacting with the city council or the chief. And that's totally inappropriate with the sheriff. It's not appropriate that you're doing this at your level. I think we need to be
Well, dumping
Well,
criminals
that's
in
really-
a
yeah.
park where you have children and
Kids.
campers and out-of-state
Out of
people
control.
coming in. That's just.
Well, I actually did not know that it was going on so long. I didn't realize that some of the homeless people we were dealing with, my rangers were just getting a call from the park host saying, there's a homeless camp, and it's close to town, so they would come in, tear it down. Well, as this last one that just came up, the one that made the paper happen, that's when the neighbors came out and talked to my ranger, and the park host said, yeah, it's going on.
I don't have a problem with the city, and I've had that discussion with them. If they bring them to the jail and they deposit them there at that facility, as long as if they cause another problem, the city comes back, arrests them, and then we'll take them out. So I think we've got that resolved. It was a common practice for many years that the city would pick up an individual, take them out of the city limits, and deposit them outside the city limits. But like I say, I think we've come up with a working arrangement where they know they can bring them to the jail facility and drop them off there. Again, I'm trying to help the city.
Yeah.
They need to take them someplace rather than leave them on scene with the victims. So it's been working. I don't have a problem with it as long as they come when we call.
The park is like taking them to a school or something like that.
Oh, yeah, this is summer. People are on vacation, they have kids at the park, they're going fishing, they're going hiking, they're going picnicking.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I did express
No.
empathy for their dilemma, you know. But, all right. I did leave you a message you asked me.
I'll take the
Lead on.
lead on
That'd be
resolving this issue.
great. Thank you. Thank you, Doreen.
You're welcome.
You're right.